after that silliness, we can perhaps get some stuff started here. So, last week on Dragon Ball Z, basically we started looking into a bunch of streaming tools. We looked at Stream Elements, which we decided to park for later because, wait, I am audible, aren't I? Checking. This wouldn't be the first time I'm talking to thin air today, or even this week. Hello. Let's try that again. Hello. Let's try that again. Hello. Yep. Beautiful. So, yeah, we started with Stream Elements, which we again, I said we would park for later. Was it Streamlabs? Streamlabs, I think. One of the two. Had an OBS plugin. I'm still convinced that I don't think you can load in OBS plugins as OBS is streaming. So with the OBS related things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the plugins to OBS all at once and then do a stream going through them. But it's not going to be this one. We're going to go shrink the list of tabs I have with these first. And then from there, we're going to tackle both the OBS streams and the OBS plugins and the bots, because there's like 3 or so to look into. Those will probably be their own streams because there's so much to go over at that point. OBS itself is a beast of a program. So that'll be something we'll look into soon. This week, we're covering a couple of things that we sort of left open last week and a couple of tools we haven't looked at yet. Starting with what we're looking at right now, which is the Sound Alerts Scenes Editor. So last week when we were looking at Sound Alerts, there was a bunch of unlabeled buttons that I wasn't really sure what they were for. It turns out, and this is also why the screen wasn't full screen, it turns out that when you have a mobile version of the website open, sometimes the textual buttons don't have text anymore, and they just have icons to save space, I guess. And that means screen readers don't see the text anymore either. So these actually are labeled when you maximize the window, which I have now done. So actually what these buttons do, let me make sure speech is audible because we're going to need that when we do need it. Slow that down a bit.
40. List. Home button.
We have actually a number of things we were not able to look at last time. We have a library, we have alerts, we have animations, we have a scene editor, which is what we're currently looking at. Then there's a chat bot, and then there's something called Insights.
What is that, video game?
No, hey, follower, I appreciate that. Thank you super much for hacking IC Null today. Pickle290780. I hope you're not a bot. That looks very bot. 290780. Are you going to tell me about free viewers? Anyway, I appreciate the follow because it's a number and numbers go up is always good. Like I said, insights I'm guessing are stats and settings or settings. We don't really do anything. And then there's a changelog as well. So right now we're looking at the scene editor. What I've come to understand from what this is essentially it builds an overlay from like components. I don't know to what degree it's going to be accessible, if it's going to be accessible at all. Probably not, to be honest. These usually aren't, but we're going to look into how this works because OBS has its own way of putting things on a canvas, mostly involving transforms, where you can set pixel from the top, pixel from the left, and then also a rotation degree, a cropping from the top, from the left, from the bottom, and from the right. And then I think there's like one other thing you can do. Oh yeah, you can set the size. You can set the size as well. So it's very pixel perfect if you know what you're doing. Obviously, you can't really verify what you're doing in that sense. There's not really something like preset areas that you can squish things into that I know of. If there is, there might be a plugin that lets you do that. There's no real layout systems that sort of just auto put things in the right places for you. So what that really means is that a lot of the times you do want someone to look it over when you're done because you can do all the math, but sometimes it just doesn't quite look the way you'd like it to look. And yeah, a lot of people do this by dragging and dropping sources. I'm guessing this is a drag and drop as well, but let's have a look what it says. It says create your first scene, start your scene editor journey, and increase the interactivity of your live streams, various overlay types, add a chat box, Spotify review, emote wall, goal bar, or any other widget to your stream. What's strange about this right here is that I'm pretty sure Spotify is against Twitch's TOS, like entirely. I don't think even if you play like even if you play non-copyrighted songs, I think technically, officially, no one really minds this, but I do believe if you really read the letters of the law, as it were, that might not be allowed. And there's things like Pretzel, which we will also look at, that play on that and basically give you a player with a bunch of different copyrighted music. So yeah, it's not that there's a Spotify thing in here. I'm guessing they just sort of go with the fact that you can do this anyway. You're seeing what? A cute penguin with a hello MF header. Maybe? Let me look at what you're seeing. MF, what does MF stand for?
Speech mode clickable. Scene sources like charity, sound alerts, IC. The item of the main window shows a web browser open to the scene section of the sound alerts dashboard. In the browser, a media item titled Hello Master *** is selected, showing a penguin image with.
Oh!
The main window shows a web browser open to the scene section of the sound alerts dashboard. In the browser, ops 32.
I see what it is. Yeah, it's
Firebot V5.6, but set pickle 290, button dashboard settings.
Let me get rid of that, actually, because that
button
is
dashboard settings, pickle 2706, left submenu
a
1.
specific thing,
Activity feed.
specific, because for calling that out.
Clickable, message list, stream edit, streamer. Scenes, sound alerts.
What that is basically the current. I think the last thing we looked at was
clickable, clickable, button add to profiles, button add alert. Clickable, button add alert.
Get rid of it. There we go.
Alerts, clickable English.
Now it's alert.
Clickable button English, bullet. Link bullet, help us translate. Bullet, clickable button English.
Now gone.
Clickable English.
Now he's gone. I was showing this actually. The thing below that, behind
the
that,
setup of your overlay takes IC no account settings button. Scene setting level 1
thing is where we're looking at right now. So yeah, good to call that out. Hello MF. Appreciate that. This is a fun alert. We might use that. There's an alert section. We'll probably get to that in a second. But yeah, it says what I just read basically. Then we have easy setup. The setup of your overlays takes less than 5 minutes and is compatible with all streaming tools. That tells me it's probably a browser source. Endless customization. Adjust the font, color, styles, positions, and CSS of your overlays with a few clicks. So with clicks. Makes me wonder if that's accessible. Let's start a new scene, see how we do. It says... Oh boy, this is a lot of stuff. Let's go to the top here. Okay, first thing we see,
number of
checkboxes that have no label.
Clickable checkbox checked. Clickable checkbox checked.
That one's on, that one's on, that one's on, that one's off.
Checked. Share scene button unavailable. Welcome to the scene editor.
Welcome.
Button.
Hi.
The scene editor is a collection.
The scene editor is a collection of engaging stream overlays that allows you to add various additional functionalities to your streaming experience with a few clicks. Let us show you how it's done. Okay. No, let's not skip. Let's start the tutorial. See if it teaches us what we're meant to do. Your scene. The area you see in the center of your screen is your streaming view. Overlays that you will add here will appear in the same position in your stream once you complete the setup. Okay. Next. Let's see. Okay, if we can add widgets with a button, that's something. Browse overlays and widgets. All right. To add to your first overlay, click the Add Widget Plus button on the top left. All right. Can we not do that quite yet? Oh, hi. Never mind. If you click that next button, it just does it for you. Okay. So now what? What's this? Chat list. Displays your Twitch chat and show the real messages to your viewers in the standard list view. Okay. Selecting overlays and widgets. Yeah. For this example, you will choose the chat box widget. Okay. What if I don't? Let's see. Is there... okay, so we get buttons. Okay, so... we got a couple categories here. We got some categories, got some goals, and element. And we can import things as well. I'm not sure what that's all about. Here's the chat list. It says display your Twitch chat and show the real messages to your viewers in start the tutorial. Boop. I've pressed it. I hope it works. There's also a chat floating. That makes it float, if you wondered. Okay. There is a use widget button. I'm going to press it. I've now pressed it. Aren't I awesome? Don't fall asleep on me, okay? I forget how long this redeem is. Okay, let's press the next button. Let's do that. It's gonna press the button. Press the button. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Let's see. Got some ASMR going in the late evening. Adding overlays, and yeah, we did that. We did that. Click on use widgets to add it to the thing. Yeah, we did that. We did that. What? Preview your chat box. Use the button on the bottom center of. Use the button on the bottom center to emulate a few chat messages to show you what the chat box looks like. You can find the test alert button next to it, which is useful for alert-based overlays. Let's see if you can find that button.
Clickable channel points. Clickable tipping. Click of channel points. Link scene. Link scene.
Top here.
Scene editor. Button add widget. Button chat box chat list.
All right, so here's our widget.
Button. Clickable checkbox checked. Button. Title. Edit chat box. Exposition. Spin button editable too.
Okay, so this is very interesting. It starts us off with a couple of controls for this control.
Spin button editable too.
We get an X position.
Spin button editable selected 35.
And we get a Y position. X position is currently 2 and Y is 35. Obviously, that doesn't tell us much immediately because that doesn't tell us, 35 what? Pixels? Inches? Ems? So, but that you can do this at all. Heck, I can move this around. I can set this here, for example.
15. Spin button editable selected 400.
And this is for, okay, these are not labeled, so you have to check in browse mode. This is the width. We can make it wider. Let's make it wider. Let's make it double as wide. There we go.
800. Spin button editable selected 500.
Twice as tall. There. That's a lot more than twice as tall. There we go.
Slider 100.
There's a slider
opacity.
for opacity.
Slider.
Let's make it a bit less
99.
opaque.
75.
Yeah, now it's annoying to read through.
Options. Checkbox not checked. Show badges.
And we have some options. We can show
Checkbox not hide old chat
badges. We can
messages.
hide old
Checkbox
chat
disable
messages.
entrance animation.
We can disable entrance
Checkbox
animation.
not custom
We
animations.
can custom animations.
Checkbox not checked.
This is so far looking pretty good.
Hide shared
I
chat
must
messages.
say. Hide shared chat messages.
Checkbox not reverse direction.
Okay.
Text styles.
Reverse direction.
Clickable chat
We can
line.
set the
Clickable chatter name. Clickable enable
we can
customization.
set the chat styles.
Button customized by chatter roles.
Doesn't look like that might
Text
be
outline size.
immediately
Spin
super.
button editable 1.
Actually, I don't know. It is
Button
pretty
narrow
good.
down. Button narrow
This
up.
whole thing is form-based, so
Text
this
outline
is
color.
honestly more accessible than I would
Edit
expect.
number 0000000.
The colors use hex,
Speech mode off.
which is not super user-friendly, user-friendly rather, but you can look that up on like a code color thing and then look them up from there. You can change the background color, which is good because that way you can actually use an accessibility checker to check your contrast and then just give it background and foreground colors and make this be very accessible. It says ignored chatters messages will not be shown in the. I mean, I would hope not. We can add custom CSS. We can convert to a shared widget. We can export the widget to the clipboard. There's no title. The one thing I don't see, amusingly, is the. Let's save this. Oop. The one thing I don't see is that button we're supposed to press to make it populate. See if we can find. Oh wait, is there more here? I mean, I do see the test. I do see the test alert button that they were talking about. There is a checkbox here
Speech mode top checked. Check.
that I can turn on.
Test
I
alert.
just did it.
Clickable button emulate chat message.
Oh, emulate chat message. There they are. Let's press that a few times. There we go.
Button unavailable share scene.
Can we see the chat messages?
Link scene,
Let's
scene,
see.
scene, button, clickable button, title, edit chat, spin wipe, spin width, spin height, spin click object, show, check, hide, check, disable
Settings,
entrance,
we just look
clickable button, customize iChat rules.
Probably it's going to be below the save button.
Text outline,
Let's check
list
there.
item, clickable, message background, button, ignore sound alerts, but scene, button on buttons, click of Arthur's Menethil, test, Lippy,
Yeah,
100.
no, we can see those. We can absolutely see the chat messages right below here as well. Not visually, obviously, but we can do an AI
Retrieving
check
description using GP, speech mode off.
and see what AI says. We can actually do some interesting things with this. You're still, like, again, this is one of those things where you probably want to have eyes with you to check these things over, but you can at least make a good start by yourself if you are inclined like that. I am definitely not. I'm terrible at this shit. But if you are someone who's really good at spatial orientation and kind of love your pixel math and you want to just do a whole bunch of like calculating what would look at least logically correct, then have somebody else make the final tweaks, you could do that. Yeah, so as a chat scene, there's a central pop-up labeled scene title with a prompt. Please enter a title for your scene. So we will do that. And then there's tutorial box. It does look like, oh, actually, yeah. I'm seeing if you can even see. At the bottom, there is a button labeled emulate chat message. The desktop's taskbar. So you guys can actually not currently see the actual chat widget. At least not according to AI. So we would need to set a title for the scene first, get that pop-up to go away, and I think you can see more. Let's do that real quick. Please enter a title for your scene. Sure. Untitled. And then save. Get out of my way. There we go. See, there's my creation that I just made. I'm assuming it's there now. It's yeah, again, AI is good, but it's slow. So it's one of those things where if I do an AI check, I tend to talk while it loads in. Yeah, so now...
Speech chat box. On the left, there is a panel labeled Scene Editor with options. Chat box include toggles for badges, customization, domain set.
Yeah, so there is a tutorial, but it's literally like
button, clickable
covering
extension.
everything
Clickable
you're
tipping.
doing. It's
Click
kind
a
of
button
interesting
next.
how that
Next
works.
button, speech mode off.
Let's just click through the tutorial for now. We'll look at this stuff later. Customize your overlay. After clicking on the chat box, the customization settings will appear on the left. These are individual settings for each overlay type and let you change the look and feel of your widget. So we already saw that's pretty accessible with just controls and things. Saving your scenes. Once you are happy with your scene, you can press save button on top right and enter a name for the scene. Yeah, we did that already. Thank you for that. And then we got share the scene. Adding your scene to your stream. Okay. To add your scene to OBS or any other program, simply copy the scene's browser source via the button on the top right and add that link to your tool to use. We'll do that once we're done with the tutorial. And we can just say, congratulations, hi, you know the essentials of the scene editor now. Go ahead and add more overlays to your scene and combine them even more engagement, blah, 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 end tutorial. Goodbye. Okay. So there it is. The tutorial is now gone and you guys can see what I made. It's way too big. But that was kind of the point. We just made some extremes happen and that's great. Like we can add some more messages. Hello. And then I'm assuming, oh.
Speech split into 3 sections. Unediting the image shows a screenshot of a split into 3 sections. An editing panel on the left, a preview area in the center, and control. Options at the bottom and...
Right, so you got
Scene
your
edit, speech
preview in the
mode off.
middle now. Your left, on the left is all your editing stuff. And then I can put this in my OBS. That's a browser source. Pretty sure what you do is you just grab the thing from the share scene link. I mean, I don't think you export. I think you copy. Oh, copy source URL. There you go. So I can go into OBS now and add a source, browser source. We can call it stream. Oh, what is it? Sound alerts overlay.
Speech audio mixer scene transit sources window list tangent IC null.
Where did it go?
Audio mixer window scenes window
Go.
sources window Chrome tangent ignore logo tangent
Let's try that again.
Ops application audio input cap game cap display colors browse audio output cap browser. Ops 32.0.4.
I call it sound alerts overlay.
Overlay. Create / select sort edit selected sound alerts over. Sources window. List. Tangent IC properties for sound.
There we go. Okay.
Defaults.
So
Grouping.
it needs a
Local
URL.
Edit selected
We'll give it this one.
HTTPS.
It's source.soundalerts.com/overlay/bunch of numbers and letters.
Spin button.
And we'll make it as wide as the screen is and as tall as the screen is. And
Spin edit load group default cancel OK button refresh
here's
OK
your
button.
chat
Ops 32.0.
window right there. Thing is, the tricky bit with this particular stream would be that I use both YouTube and Twitch. And I don't think that these... Oh, fuck. Actually, that's a good point. I don't think I have the restream chat going. So YouTube channel. Sorry, YouTube
restream
people.
Chat row 1 column 1. Type a message. Edit blank.
It's fixed.
Click of the chat is waiting for new message. Ops 32.
If YouTube people were talking
Speech
and I
mode
wasn't
off.
responding, sorry, it's fixed now. I can see your messages come in now. But yeah, I use both like platforms. So the tricky bit now is that I would only get a Twitch on this chat box. So that makes the chat box of limited use for me. But I'm sure there's other things we can use for this. Let's get rid of it for now. We don't need it currently. But yeah, that's the scene editor. It is surprisingly good. Like, obviously, there is accessibility issues. I'm pretty sure you cannot get to some of these things. I think the categories may be clickable only, like this. The channel points thing, I just clicked on it. And I think you can do interesting things. Like, yeah, I see extensions. I see a couple things that seem to be only clickable with the mouse. Not entirely sure what they're for, but oh, there. Yeah. Tipping. What's the tipping thing do? Because I don't know what some of these things do, but it looks like a lot of it is pretty accessible. Like if we want to add our own widget now, can we do that?
Speech mode talk.
There's a search. Let's do Spotify.
Spotify.
So obviously the autocomplete's not accessible because honestly most of the times it's not. So you drop out of what you've done here.
Button goals. Button clickable graphic thumbnail. Spotify now playing.
And then you grab the thing from here. It's very similar to how Firebot works actually. You type your search field, you find the results. You select one, this one for example.
Spotify displays the current song from Spotify now playing.
And then
graphic thumbnail. Button use
you need
widget.
to find some kind of verify, which in this case is labeled use widget. So you press
Clickable
that,
extension.
and then now you have a Spotify thing. Obviously, it's not going to work because it's not logged into Spotify.
Link scene edit button add button Spotify button. Clickable checkbox checked button title. Edit Spotify now playing. X position. Spin button Y position. Spin width. Spin button edit height.
You can change the
spin button
height.
editable one opacity. Clickable slider one.
I'm not sure
space.
where
Clickable
you
symbol.
would set like where
Clickable
all these
extended.
like things are coming from.
Clickable
Things
compact.
like again the Spotify account for this, the chat channel for the thing we were just looking at. I'm sure there's ways of doing that and hooking them up. That's a bit much for what we're going to be doing today, but yeah, the scene editor is not terrible. Like, it's good to know that that's relatively doable. I'll have to keep that in mind. For now, let's leave
space,
and
clickable
do
symbol.
something else.
Clickable compact. Clickable extension. Button share scene. Button emulate chat message. Clickable test alert. Clickable checkbox. Clickable check. Clickable clippy. Cats walk like camels and giraffes. Both right feet and both left.
Cats walk like camels and giraffes. Both right feet and both feet left. What?
James Bond 007. Cats walk like camels and giraffes. Both right feet. Speech mode off.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we're done here.
Speech mode top. Scene editor. Sound alerts. Google Chrome column 1 of Ops 32. Scene editor.
Can
scene
I
editor. Button add widget. Scene editor. Sound alerts. Google Chrome region. Leave side.
Yeah, I'd like to
check.
leave.
Ops 32.0.4.
Oh, that closes the whole
Speech mode
entire.
off.
Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Please hold. Yeah, I need to tell OBS to. Use the other Chrome window.
Speech mechanic grouping. Combo box Chrome.com.
There.
Ops 32.
Okay, this is a bot. We're not going to look at this just yet, but this is going to come up. FossaBot, MixItUpBot, Firebot, and Streamer.bot are coming up when we do the bots.
Streamlabs. Right
now we're doing that. There's a Streamlabs plugin. We looked at this last week.
Livestream music player for Twitch Play.
We're looking at this together with the bots, probably because that's a Windows application. It's Pretzel.
Speech mode on demand. Speech mode off.
Next one is Premium Twitch Overlays. FragileGFX.com. FragileGFX.com is the next one. I'm dropping so many names. People better pay me for this bullshit. All right, so the first thing we see is a cookie bar, cookie thing. We'll click away and get rid of that first and foremost. There we go. And yeah, there's a number of tools. Like the way I got these is essentially I trawled through Reddit threads indicating, you know, people who are new to streaming asking, like, what do people use for so-and-so? What do people use for so-and-so? And I just gathered a big old string of links and put them in different tabs, and that's what we're looking at right now. Some of these honestly may have scumbag owners. I know that owned.pro, for example, has not been well loved as of late. That's not really what I'm looking at right now. I'm very much looking at just what they do as a whole and how they work. Not so much like who owns them. I honestly don't know enough to really make a point on that one, so we're just gonna see what they do here. And then, if something looks good, you can check for yourself if they're like something you feel ethically responsible using, because that's honestly not something I can choose for you anyway. So yeah. Looks like you can log into this search. This is a store. Basically, this is a web store. We already closed the privacy dialog, but there's also a cookie banner, which I guess we also have to accept. This is the internet today, guys. This is what we do now. Premium Twitch overlays for OBS and Streamlabs. Free and paid stream packs. Upgrade your stream with premium Twitch overlays. Animated alert, not intimate. Oh la la. Ooh la la. I don't think that's allowed on Twitch. Intimate alerts. Now animated alerts and widgets for OBS Streamlabs and Stream Elements. Free and paid packs available, instant download with easy installation. Okay. Excuse me. It says browse 250 plus premium free overlay packs. We'll do that in a moment. Let's see what else is on here. There's something called retro lo-fi, vintage pixel art aesthetic. Okay. And then this is Chrome Graffiti. So yeah, all of these have a name. That's the alt text as well. And you get a little bit of a, looks like it's like a little embed that shows what it looks like. This one's called Data Phantom, Pixel Retro Garage. And then last one I'll check is like sold Psychedelic. Let's look at Psychedelic. Let's look at like one specific page, see if we can make anything of this. It's currently $25. We're not going to buy anything here, but I just want to see what they describe this as, because this is not really an interactive website. This is literally just a vendor that sells you stream packs. Obviously, you could take one of these and then edit the photos or images or whatever you get with them. That's something you could do. It's also something you could not do. It's up to you. You got payment options. Psychedelic. Let your stream melt minds. Dive into the ultimate stream aesthetic with Psychedelic, a mind-bending Twitch overlay pack designed for creators who thrive on creativity, chaos, and color. Built for OBS, Streamlabs, and Twitch Studio, this pack explodes with vivid visuals, neon swirls, and hypnotic textures that keep your audience visually engaged and totally mesmerized, and probably into a seizure if you're not careful with these. This looks very sort of blasty off your screeny into your eyeballs. Whether you're streaming music, gaming, art, or just sharing vibes, this overlay is for creators who want their stream to feel alive, constantly moving, glowing, and unpredictable. This does not sound like it would be a great overlay, to me at least, for actually wanting people to see you and what you're doing. This sounds more like it's just hooking into the pleasure centers of the brain and just constantly bombarding you with stuff moving around. Actually sounds very distracting to me, but hey, people, you may judge. People who can see it, doesn't really look super interesting to me. What else do we get? Why streamers love psychedelics? Psychedelic, rather. Psychedelics is a different conversation. The Psychedelic Pact isn't just an overlay, it's a visual trip. Every design element pulses with energy and fluidity inspired by surreal art, acid graphics, and 70s poster design. It's perfect for streamers who dare to be different, for those who want a look that's wild, unfiltered, and unforgettable. I will say there's a lot of marketing text on this. Like, it's not super descriptive, but you do get a bit of a vibe of what you're trying to do, at least. What's inside the Psychedelic Overlay Pack? Okay, let's see. You get an animated screamer screens. Animated streamer screens. Why is that so hard to say? I should practice my Uralics. They have interesting combinations like this. Ostoxu said. Let's see. What else do we get? Stream starting soon. Be right back. I need a be right back thing. Actually, I don't have one. Stream ending. Stream starting soon. I had one, but it still has my old, like, blindly coding thing on it, which is no longer my YouTube thing, so I need to change it. Intermission screen with webcam and chat space. Do you want a webcam when you're intermissioning? Like, if you're just not in the room, and do you want your cam on when that happens? Like, people may fondly recall the Dark Side Phil incident of 2008, I think it was. No, it's just later, where the camera was on the whole time. Oh, hello. Those who know. All screens featured fluid animations, shifting neon tones, and bold, trippy designs. Again, this does not sound appealing to me at all, but hey. In-game overlay, webcam frame with neon wave effects, stream alerts frame with glitchy distortions. Jetbox's event bar with animated highlights. What do you guys think, chat? Should I put this in my stream? Customizable info panel built into the design. Okay. Twitch panels. Unique Twitch panel. About, donate, schedule, rules. So these are not even like for your OBS stream. These are backgrounds for your panels. Probably makes it a lot harder to read what's actually in the panels, but hey, that's a secondary property, right? Start with warp shaped, bold outlines, and gradient bursts. Okay, you got the multicolor chaos. You also got a bonus alternate palettes: neon blue, electric purple, and fire pink. Is fire pink? Fire is like flickering orange. Anyway, fully compatible with OBS Studio, Streamlabs, Twitch Studio, Stream Elements, and the software that supports WebM or PNG files. So yeah, these are videos, WebMs, and these are PNGs. What I don't exactly know is how you're meant to put like text over. Okay, if you put your beam right back, I guess you want some kind of way to indicate text on that and like what your socials and your stuff is. I'm assuming there's ways of overlaying text either in Photoshop or in like another source in OBS. That's again a different conversation, and we'll get to that when we do OBS. Anything more needs to do? Who this is for? Related packages. Okay, so this is kind of what this is. You get pretty good descriptions. It's the WordPress themes of streaming, basically. You get a little theme, a little description, what it is. And if you were to buy this, you'd get a bunch of images that you'd stick in your OBS, and then you need to line them up and put them in the right places, basically. Very interesting. For us, not super much to do currently, because it's really just this. But yeah, let's see what else is. Okay, this is a Windows tool. It's called VB Audio Voice Meter Banana. Don't ask me why it's called banana, but it is. That goes into audio and how audio in Windows works, and it does address some of the gripes I've been talking about on stream here with the audio being what it is. In particular, it goes into things like, oh no, I just unplugged my USB drive, my USB cable, and now all my devices forget where everything is. From what I understand, this is less common when you use these kinds of tools, except I'm not entirely sure how that would work, because you also need to tell these applications what audio like route to follow, as it were. And I'm guessing that if you break the internal IDs in Windows in that app, it'll break as well. So this is something I need to experiment with. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I don't know if it would be better. And then this is Voice Meter Banana. There's also, obviously vendor-specific ones, like Wavelink from Elgato does this too, and Rodecaster has a number of virtual things you can turn off and on as well that I'm assuming would do very similar things to this, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's just read the blurb. We'll read the blurb, but we're not going to do much with this yet, because this is, again, is a Windows app, so we'll cover that when we do Windows apps, like Pretzel. Okay. Actually, why are we in the documentation right now? Oh, here we are. Yeah, this is the VB. Okay, streamer.bot is something we'll cover when we get to it. This is the site I was talking about. I'm not sure why it moved. What does this say it does? Not sure how accessible this would be. It says Voice Meter Banana Advanced Mixer. Okay, it's a banana and it mixes things. Can I have a bit of a blurb real quick to see what we want to do? Voice Meter Banana is an advanced audio mixer application endowed with virtual audio device used as virtual I/O to mix and manage any audio source from or to any audio device or applications, 3 times physical I/O and 2 times virtual I/O. So basically, this would be one way to replace a GoXLR's routing capabilities. You could essentially just stick everything in there and then you can mix it in the application, provided it's all accessible, of course, which I have many question marks about, but that's what this is. First use, follow user manual step by step, especially step 0 of the documentation. Yeah, we'll do that when we get to it. 2.1.2, it's last updated, does it say? MME, DX, KS, WN, ASO interfaces. So that is actually very interesting. It supports ASIO, which means that you have very low latent audio that can be helpful for monitoring. Right now, I don't really monitor everything. I have direct hardware monitoring of myself on my mixer, but I don't hear, for example, what you guys are hearing exactly. I hear a different mix. So that's sometimes why I don't always know if I'm, say, louder than the game is or other things. And it would actually be helpful to have that all in, you know, my headphones all at once. So this might be something I look into when we get to it. But for right now, not super much helpful right this second. Can I see when this was updated? Yeah, December 2025. Okay. Very cool.
Speech mode talk.
All right. Well, this again, we'll put a pin in this one.
Homes. 7 best ops plugins for streaming in 2025. Banner
These are all OBS plugins, so we'll get to these when we
Retro
go.
effects ops forums. Click.
Yeah.
Advanced scene switch.
Yep.
Move ops forums.
Yep. We see retro effects. We see
audio.
moves. These are all interesting things that we'll look at. What is
audio.
this?
Catacomb middle dot. Dtrimcast VST and AU docs plugin. Google Chrome
This
next
is
set.
very Japanese.
Reaper Ray plugs.
This is audio things for OBS.
Valhalla Supermassive. Valhalla.
This is an audio plugin.
Next generation streaming. Stream up. Mainland.
Ah, here we go. Okay,
Speech
now we get
mode
into
off.
the cool stuff. Next generation streaming. Stream up. I actually don't remember what these guys do, so let's look at it together. First, see if there's any cookie map. No, there's no cookie. Okay, no cookie. No cookie. Okay, so we got an OBS plugin, so that's going to be something we cover later. There's freebies. Let's see what they say that we should be doing on their website. Next generation streaming, powered by innovation. It's time to level up your streaming game. We need to stand out from the crowd and make a difference. Make your stream more interactive by utilizing our overlays, alerts, and elements. Okay, there's another overlay farmer, basically. That's what we call them in Dutch. Big content creators, watch out. We're coming. Oh no. I don't think I needed to know that. Go to our products. Let's have a look what they do. Products. Yeah, here we are. What do you guys do? These products will help you to level up your stream. Okay. Got alert packages. Final Fantasy VII alerts. That's cool. But it's for StreamerBot, it looks like. Okay, so this is by Andy and it costs £7.77.
Speed links link offer. Andy price. £7.77 plus.
Okay, would you
speech
like
mode off.
to buy this? Okay, yeah, it's Final Fantasy VII. The price is $7.77. I see what you did. They're clever. These do have a little streamer.bot thing next to them, which makes me think that that's what they're meant for. But maybe you can use them in other things as well. This is a minim alerts. This is spin pop alerts. Those look like these are very focused on streamer.bot. This is an Xbox One achievements alert. I have those in my Xerxes, but it's just a Firebot one. So yeah, this is some interesting things. Let's have a look at one of these. See what they look like, just a regular page. Let's do the spin pop. Can we press enter on these? And yeah, we can. Okay, so this is the spin pop alerts. What do we get for description? These are all by the same person, a person called Andy. Purchase for £5. Log in to purchase. Now, we'll not be doing that just yet, but I want to see what you guys do. Make your stream pop with spin pop alerts. Add a touch of dynamic flash to your stream with spin pop alerts. These captivating alerts bring in energy to your screen, engaging your viewers with spinning animations that showcase Twitch, YouTube, and donation notifications in a modern and exciting way. This bothers me less than the psychedelic one, but I just still wonder if that would be really distracting if it happens all the time. So we got key features, eye-catching animations, let each alert burst onto the screen with a stylish spin effect, grabbing attention without overwhelming. Okay, that's good. That's good. Multi-platform, yeah, they just set that. Personalized notifications, customize each alert to display usernames, donation amounts, subscriber levels, and other personalized details to create more engaging experience. So that makes it sure like it's not all the same. Adaptable aesthetics. Okay, adjust colors, fonts, and animation. How though? How do you adjust those, I wonder? Smooth performance. Developed efficiently, ensuring your stream remains. Why choose spin pop alerts? Okay, we got engaging your viewers. We got balls. Technical specifications. What you got? So operating system Windows, broadcasting software OBS 28 or higher. Okay. Companion software streamer.bot latest version. So you do need streaming.bot. We haven't looked at streamer.bot yet, so I'm not sure how well this would work. Okay, it wants a canvas ratio of 16:9. That's pretty common, so I don't think you have to really worry about that one. Yeah, by downloading this project, you agree to not redistribute and or sell it for any purpose. Okay, so yeah. These look to be very streamer.bot specific alert packs and things that we might look into when we actually get to streamer.bot, but our descriptions are not terrible. I feel Fragile was a little better, like in explaining exactly what the things were doing, but yeah, this isn't horrible. This is Restream. Balls. Where did Chrome go? Oh, there it is. These are more OBS plugins. This is a blog.
Nerd or Die stream. New tab. Google Chrome region. Spin pop alerts. Stream.
Nerd or Die. I've heard good things about these guys. This is also an overlay vendor, but let's have a look what they bring to the table. No, you're not wrong. If it's a WebM or like an MP4, it'd be really tricky to customize itself. What you could do though is like overlay a text source over top of where the video is on OBS, and I guess you could put your own text in there that way. It's not ideal, but it would work. You'd have to make the text transparent to a point where you can still read it, but you can also see the video. Be a bit more doing, but it's doable. Widget collections, stream alerts. This isn't Nerd or Die. I hear a lot of good people saying that Nerd or Die is good people, so that's nice. Again, stream overlays, transitions, webcam frames, emotes. What I like about these is that they're very sort of modular. You can pick like one thing from one category and one thing from another. Sometimes you just want to go, but sometimes it'd be really helpful to just have these. Let's look at the profile panels. They appear to be free, so some of them are free. So let's see if they are well described at all. Find the best profile panels for your stream, whether it's the Twitch panels or Kick panels. You want to display your social media links, donation information, schedule, and other information. I don't think I've seen Kick mentioned in any of these except for this one. That's an interesting thing to catch here. Got filters. The filters are not super.
Speed unique brand. Same page link hide filters.
What if we press
time close no products in the cart.
So they're not
out of list 22 items. List click out of list same page link show filters. List clickable with one item link sort by latest. Out of list. List clickable with one item link sort by latest.
Okay, so wherever the filters are, we don't see them in the logical reading order where I think they would expect us to find them. Oh no, you do. They're right below the amount of items. So the filters are heading 3 separated. You got styles, and you can pick things like light, anime, cute, sci-fi, minimal. Let's do sci-fi. I'm assuming they auto like filter as you click them. Let's see. The next category thinking thing is platform. We can do Twitch or YouTube or Kick. All right. Categories. These are links for some reason. I'm not entirely sure how that. Oh, you can pick free. Let's do free. I only want to see free. Oh, well, that went to a whole entire different thing. We're no longer on the panels now. We are now on the product tag of free, which is not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. So yeah, these are filters, but they're also not, interestingly. Let's see if my... Yeah, the sci-fi is still selected, and that gives us how many products to look at still? 7, okay. Excuse me. And then there's a clear all, which is accessible. A lot of the times what happens with these clearing buttons that they turn into like X's icons, or like a little X. And it's either going to be a clear or a remove or a times symbol or a X, the letter X. But this is just clear all. So in that sense, it's pretty good. Can we look at the actual results though?
Speed list with clickable link widget out of list with 5 items, clickable link widget collection, clickable link goals, clickable link stream alert, clickable link event lists, clickable link chat overlays, out of list, clickable link Figma templates, clickable link social media, clickable link webcam frame, clickable visited link profile panels.
So this is a bit messy.
Clickable out of heading level 6 button free profile panel Figma template, heading level 6 link free panels templates, inserted free, button glitch free panel light, heading level 6 link glitch free Twitch panels. Inserted button construct panel heading level 6 link construct Twitch panels.
Okay, let's look at this one. So you got, this is a bit messy, but the products are on heading 6 for some reason. Let's look at the construct one. It's this one. It's free. That's cool. The construct panels are a powerful addition to any stream. This free download includes all the panels you'd need to get your stream set up and ready to escape the matrix. This could be cool for IC0 actually. Yep, you're not wrong, MacCampos. MacCampos says using heading levels as text size. Very common. Something we see every day, accessibility-wise. It's sad, but hey. Instant download, expert customer service, free updates. You get all the things, but that's all you get here. So, while I'm sure this looks amazeballs, we don't really get much descriptions with this. We can, however, upgrade our stuff with the full construct upgrade. Complete your stream setup by upgrading to our premium version on this download. I see. What does that give you? You get fast installation from OBS Studio, slobs, stream elements, animated overlays, animated alerts and widgets, customer support, all the things. So yeah, while this looks amazing, no doubt, not so good. Let's see if we get like here it is. Can I get, this is the main image. Can I get an AI description of that? Let's see what AI thinks of this particular image. So I can give the people what that can't see the screen a bit of a description. It says the image features a rectangular button with a gradient fill. It goes from dark to red. I think I have to press it first. The text about is okay. So this is, yeah. Interesting. So yeah, it's basically that. Can I? Oh, there's this. Okay.
Next slide button. Construct Twitch panels heading level 1. Next preview construct Twitch panels. Main image graphic. Table. No next.
Yeah, let's just get.
Retrieving description.
You can target the AI by web nodes. Let's just look at this entire slide. It gives us a bit more information. Let's see. The image displays a web page interface of a product called Construct Twitch Panels. The main section shows a preview of a Twitch panel with the text About in bold white letters on a dark and red gradient background. To the right, there's a product description, blah, 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 blah. So that's basically what you get. Like, you don't get super much from the AI, even. It looks relatively minimal to me. Gives you a bit of a, I guess, like a CRT kind of idea. I don't know. I'm not a graphics guy. Don't ask me these things. But yeah, not super much here. Like, there's very much, you know, waffled on by that other thing, Fragile GFX. These guys seem a bit more sober. And just, yeah, it's a cool thing. Buy it, please. And that's pretty much all you get. So that's, I guess, something to keep in mind. If you want really, really vivid descriptions, this is not the place for you. If you don't care, or you just don't need that many details, I guess you could go here and look at this, and pick what you want. I guess this is sort of a call out to these guys as well. Like, maybe add a bit more description to your things for people who can't see the images. There is no alt text. The alt text is just the name of the product. So really all you get is what AI gives you and what the description says, which in this case is not on a whole lot. So you can probably pick some shortlisted things here and go through them with maybe a pair of eyes. You could even get like a volunteer to do it with you, but this is not something I would necessarily recommend all by yourself currently, I might send them an email. I might say like, hey, listen, there's Blend streamers out there. Maybe add alt text to your stuff so they know what they're buying. Because I think there is a serious lack of well described like packs like this, so you know what you're getting, like full on. And I guess that might be a good business model. So if these guys are at least friendly, or supposedly friendly from what I've heard, we can take them out. This is another
Speech mode.
OBS
Advanced
plugin.
scenes
Let's
with your
continue to the
forums.
next thing. We've already seen
Tangent,
this
interact-
one though. Why is this here
Tangent,
twice?
interact-
Oh, it's a shame Molidvan isn't here. This is Tanja. We can play with Tanja now. Tanja is kind of like sound alerts in that it has, all sorts of what am I looking for? I'm looking for the word AI, mostly AI powered things. So you can get, the one that's very commonly used in Xerxes streams is the GLaDOS TTS, where you can like ask a question and it answers it. That's kind of fun.
List with 7 items, link custom TTS.
Look at him. They talk about AI and he comes out of the woodwork. Hello.
Speech mode off.
Yeah, no, of course he's here. Hi, what did I miss? You actually literally came in as I said it's a shame Molidvan isn't here. You literally came in as I said, oh, it's a shame you're not here. Like literally seconds after I said that, you just popped up. How the fuck did you do that? Anyway, I was saying that we're going to look at Tangia next. And that you were actually the person sort of pointing me at it initially, and that the GLaDOS thing comes up a lot in Xerxes stream. So your your timing is impeccable, sir. Well done. I'm very impressed. I think he might be. I think he might just be like hiding in like stream limbo until his name gets called, and he just calls himself into the chat. Like, well, I happen to know that I'm pretty sure this is already a thing that IC0 is a part of. So let me just really quickly like sign into it using Twitch, and then we can go. Yeah, he's an AI. He's absolutely an AI. Log in with Twitch. Yeah, that one. Yeah, we just looked at what did we cover? We looked at the scene editor in Sound Alerts, which is actually really doable. Obviously, you need a little bit of math know-how. You should get to use like X and Y coordinates, and the colors are all hexes. So you have to sort of look up what color you want, but it's all it's not drag and, well, I'm sure you can drag and drop, but you don't have to. You can fill in all these form fields to change the overlay, and it lets you do things like Spotify now playing bars, chat boxes, so that's actually really cool. I might honestly play more with the Sound Alert scenes off screen at some point and add some cool things to the IC0 things, because right now the IC0 is kind of bare. So yeah, this is Tangia. This is AI powered Stufs. I think my main thing with the Tangia as of late is that it's grown really fast, and I'm honestly lost complete track of what they're doing. But let's have a look. At the top we have, let's put the speech
mode
through, so
talk.
I don't have to read it all.
Link button interactions.
So you got interactions, which I'm guessing are like animations.
Link button earnings.
Earnings, let's not go there right now. It's very depressing.
Link button TTS Studio.
Got TTS
Link button
Studio,
media share.
Media
Link button
share.
alerts. Visited link button settings.
Alerts.
Out of list but clickable level.
Yeah, and that's it.
Button collapse.
Looks like. So I'm not entirely sure
Button
where you
collapsed
would
unlabeled graphic
start.
text.
It's like a newbie noob.
Heading level 4 setup Tanja grid.
Set up Tangent
Let your viewers
Grid.
places GI.
Let your viewers place GIFs and images over your stream.
Button check out Tanja
I
Grid.
think that might be inaccessible both from a creator and a user point of view, from what I saw. So I had never really looked into this, but let's try it. Let's look
Tanja
into
document.
it.
Tanja document. CTRL plus. Link list with link
Like
button
if you can
interactions.
give the coordinates
Link button earnings.
somehow, then I guess it's fine.
Link button visited out of list button. Speech mode off.
Let's see what it says. Open user button. No. IC0. Woo. Tanja.co/IC_null is the URL for this stream, apparently. Change name and URL. No, that's cool. Setup overlay. Overlay settings. Pop-up customization. Tanja assets. Twitch icon. And there's like a plus tier, it looks like, as well. There's a lot of things going on here. We're currently looking at the Tangia grid. Let's see what the description, if any, says. Ascendant, yeah, whatever. Boop. Okay, here we are. Let viewers create a collage of images and memes placed on a grid over your stream. You can use the 10GM monitor overlays to have the grid and other interactions appear over your monitor. Yeah, we already have that going, I think, but we'll look into it later. All grid submissions all submissions go through manual moderation. You can retroactively remove submissions from the event log found on the homepage. Okay. 7TV integration. Your 7TV emote set will automatically appear in grid image search and will be auto approved within submission. No idea what that is. Could be a misread thing or what. Okay, we can enable it, so let's turn it on. Boop. Viewers can pay to place image. Oh, you have to pay for that. Okay. Enable click sound. That's pretty good. Makes a mouse click sound when an image is placed on your grid. That tells me that it's happened, and it's also very nice and satisfying. 7TV emotes auto approval. Sure, that's on by default. Sell price 100 bits. Okay. Reserved sell price. Yeah, okay. So grid dimensions will automatically adjust the other dimensions to fit the aspect ratio as best as we can. If it doesn't fit properly, the grid will slightly bleed outside the overlay to ensure it's covered. This is actually an interesting point that they're making here. And this is doubly important, I think, for blind streamers.
Speech mode talk. Speech mode off.
It's like more so than extra features and extra things that it does for you automatically. I think what a blind streamer in particular would need is consistency. Like if you're going to do all sorts of things for me, I need to know what the rules are. For example, I have a webcam that sometimes just likes to do its own thing. Like it has auto framing, auto tracking, all sorts of interesting things. That sounded really cool when I got it. It's like an OpsBot Tiny 2, if anyone's curious. They're pretty good cameras. They look good, but they're also very finicky. For one, the app is not super accessible. It's a QT. I think it's pronounced Qt. It's a Qt based monstrosity that just has a bunch of unlabeled things. Multiple windows that come on with multiple checkboxes that have no label. So you need to do a lot of remembering. And then outside of that, it sometimes just does whatever. Like I've had entire streams where I'm really zoomed in, even though I didn't touch anything, or it just randomly starts staring at the ceiling for no apparent reason. Like it's I'm sure there's all very smart things that it's thinking about in its tiny little fragile Chinese mind, but I needed to do what it says it's going to do and nothing else, and that is really hard to get this camera to do. So I ended up turning like most of these automatic things off because I'm sure they're really helpful. Like if I start moving around the room and it can follow me and keep me in frame, that would be super helpful. But if it's just gonna do its own thing and then, you know, treat the stream like a playground and stare at the ceiling while I am back here, yeah, that's not super helpful. So like it does cool things. Like if you twist it around like 90 degrees, it'll turn itself into vertical streaming mode, so you can do like TikTok streams or whatever. And again, that's all super cool, but some things are just really finicky and they don't quite listen. And I kind of sort of feel that this is trying to do that as well. I was commenting that there's no real layout system for OBS. It looks like this does have somewhat of a layout system in a sense that it tries to keep your stuff consistent. When you put an image in, it grows in such a way that the rest of the thing, it doesn't like just spill out of your frame too much. How well that works in practice, I don't know. I'm honestly not familiar with this tool. We'd have to test it. I'm guessing, you know, for people who are blind, this is not interesting anyway, because you can't see what you're placing. Unless, like, you know you have a dumb image and you want to place it, and you just know and love the satisfaction of people seeing that image now. I guess that's a driving force for some people, but yeah, you can't really see it, so it's kind of a shame. Sound alerts in that sense, I think, are more interesting. You can set the width and height per, I'm assuming, cell, because these are 24 by 14. The opacity slider is accessible. It goes from 0 to 1. There's an auto expiry that is an added field of 5, so you can change that. There's what else we can do? We suggest keeping a lower price with a 10 minutes or less expiry to prevent Tangia Grid from becoming overwhelming. Okay. We also suggest making a !grid command and rotating message in chat that explains to viewers to use Tangia Grid to place images on the stream. So yeah, you need to advertise you can do this, basically. You may also want to use one of these assets as a panel on screen. You will have to add the grid command yourself. Yeah, that's something Firebot could do, for example. We can reset the grid. We can preview this on the overlay. That's grayed out for some reason. I guess we haven't done anything yet. Protected areas. Protect areas of your stream where you don't want new things to be placed. Click and drag in the preview to create a protected area. It's like a no-go zone for robot vacuums. But yeah, that bit's not accessible, obviously, because you can't click and drag. You also have premium areas. Looks like you also need to click and drag for that. So that's unfortunate. You would need to find someone to help you with that. Or maybe via, what's it called? Guide can do it, actually. Guide is this tool, this AI tool that you do have to pay a subscription for, I believe. It's by far not what they say it is. Like, it's definitely not, you know, I wouldn't call it something that you could use all the time to get stuff done. It's rather slow at what it does as well, but sometimes it does get you out of pickles. I've had it highlight pieces of a map, for example, or click pips in a table that I couldn't reach with my screen reader for a couple of exam questions this week for university. These weren't proctored, so they didn't care, but it actually did work, and it did do really well for those. So it's one of those tools in your toolbox that may or may not be able to help you. I'm gonna try if it works with Stream Deck sometime next week. If it does, that's gonna be like the part of my I constantly keep talking about this but still haven't made it Stream Deck video where I say this is your only recourse to actually use this apart from cited help. If that works, that'll be a short, like a long form video on the channel, on the Viewpoint Unseen channel. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's see, rotating on-screen reminder builder. Okay, you can just make these. Okay, well, so this is relatively accessibility-wise. Let's have a look at the interactions. What can we do here? I do want to leave. Yes, thank you. So these are the bread and butter of Tangia. This is interactions. So you can just find a random thing to do, and it'll let you do. Like, what do you want? What do we want to do? What do we want to search for? Is there like a popular right now thing? What are the categories we got? Oh, balls. Suggestions. Okay, what do you got? Fire sale. Let's see. Okay, these just sort of go as you go over them. Okay, and add interaction. I just want to see. Can I? Oh, okay. These are the actual things, right? So this is a table, but it's not. Oh, it's not an actual table. So it's a little annoying to navigate this this list of results. But you can absolutely do it. It's just a bit of a
speech checkbox not clickable arrow up icon checkbox not checked lizard clickable community 011 custom menu button collab lizard checkbox check button graphic channel points check AI image editing flex context check button check chat GPT image gen
chat GPT image gen. You can make
check Napoleon Dynamite's TTS
clickable
community custom button edit TTS settings.
Can we try that?
Custom click Napoleon Dynamite's filter by category menu button checkbox not checked. No next edit free button enable fire sale. Find dots
Napoleon. So just
Napoleon
pressing
Dynamite's
it
TTS.
Nothing.
Clickable community. Custom. Button edit TTS settings. Menu button collapsed opens list graphic bits icon.
So we can edit it.
Menu button collapsed opens list 50 selector. A custom TTS with the voice of Napoleon Dynamite.
TTS with the voice of Napoleon Dynamite.
Button checkbox checked. Button graphic channel points. Button menu button collapsed sub menu. Checkbox not checked. Echo TTS. Menu button open AI echo TTS. This TTS can yell. This is also the voice that reads out messages.
Yeah, this very much looks like div soup to me. It's a shame.
Clickable CTRL plus right menu button. Link hand.
Tables are apparently not stylable enough, or they don't flow well enough, or they don't do what, maybe there's not an easy way to do them with props or with React components. It's a big problem because tables are really, really big in efficiency gains. Like, you can do it without a table, but particularly if you have a long list of results like this one, it's actually a bit of a pain to do anything with these. So that's super
Zero matches dialog text Napoleon not found. No next head list with 7 idle edits button close categories. Met button checkbox. Microsoft SAM TTS.
Nice. I want to do that one.
Clickable community.
What
Graphic
can we do
clickable
with
better
this one?
TTS.
Can we test
Click a
this
micro checkbox not checked.
somehow?
Menu button collapsed sub menu check micro clickable graphic custom. Button edit TTS settings. Button edit TTS settings. Clickable dialog edit Microsoft edit
Okay,
Microsoft.
so if you press the edit field, you get a little pop-up.
Clickable edit level 2 edit Microsoft SAM TTS. Separator
SAM.
icon. Button unlabeled graphic icon sample preview.
Change the oh, there's
Button.
sample preview.
Slider 0.
Yeah, totally. Show
Button.
me.
Sample button unlabeled graphic icon. Sam button. Slider 0 o'clock. Pitch. 80% 100%
nothing.
slider 1. Volume 50% 1.
This is me speaking, or maybe I just sound like it. I'm convinced this is not an AI speaking, but I may be biased.
It sounds like Microsoft SAM more human-like. It's kind of interesting.
50 slider 1.
I can't just
Tonal
give it
variance
its own
button.
text again. Tonal variance.
0% 100%. Slider 0 style exaggeration button. 0% 100 slider 0 0 per slider 0.34. Slider
Can we change these
0.3.
settings? Yes, we can. Let's make it like
0.75.
75 instead of 34.
Button save change button cancel. Button create ask AI button create ask AI interactions with the same TTS model.
Yeah, so
Speech mode
the
off.
sad thing is, okay, let's do that. Create. Oh, did that save my settings? I actually don't know.
Speech link current page link our TTS privacy policy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I saw a really interesting article about that today, actually.
Speech mode off.
It was called Software Engineering is Back. And basically, what this person was claiming, and this is a really interesting thought, and I don't know to what degree I'd agree with it yet as a developer myself, but basically what this person was saying is, we made frameworks because it was way too much work otherwise to get anything done. Like, it took way too much code to get the smallest amounts of things done. It was way too easy to make mistakes, and it just took forever because we had to reinvent the wheel over and over and over. What this person was basically saying was, now we have AI, a lot of those problems sort of fall away because, solved problems have, and you can just toss AI at those problems and have it make your authentication and whatever. Again, I wouldn't recommend this, but this is this person's point of view. And you can focus on getting, your creative side of things in there, and you still have to explain exactly what you want it to do. But essentially, the AI could take the place of a framework, and there is something to that. Like, obviously, React and other frameworks that are an abstraction on top of on top of an abstraction, on top of an abstraction. Why is that word so hard to say? And that is basically what an AI is now too. Like, you have it generate a fuck ton of code that you don't understand. You paste it into your project, and then you do the bits that are unique, you do those yourself, or I guess you have the AI do that too, but that's really what a framework is too. The only difference is that a framework was made by humans and it was peer-reviewed by humans, and you will still find issues and things will still go wrong with them. But yeah, I mean, who checks every dependency in their JavaScript projects right now? At this point, we're at a point, is AI really a lot worse than what we're currently doing? I'm finding a hard time to really say if we are. I don't know. Okay, so we are looking at Ask AI interactions now. This says, create a hyper-realistic custom TTS models of your own voice. Record your voice and upload it to one of the free slots below. I don't want to do that. Others can also share their voice with you. Give them this code to find you. I see null. Don't really want to be doing that right now. It takes too long. We can remix the TTS voice. We can generate a TTS voice. We can do all sorts of things with this. Want to record another model? No, that's okay. I just don't even know how he got here. No, you're not wrong. I'm definitely in agreement there. Matt Campos basically says he agrees up to a point, but too much AI causes the code base to be a mess. Very true. Very true. I mean, I use it sometimes for like working with code I'm just not familiar with, mostly for games and making them accessible. Quite honestly, it's kind of disgusting that it took AI, so essentially a computer program writing itself, to get a lot of these games to be accessible, because it really shows that it would have been very, very, very doable for these game developers to do this themselves. They just didn't. And it puts blind gamers in a very strange position, because on the one hand, of course, if you're ethically against AI, then you don't get to use those mods. You maybe don't want mods to be created for things you have made, but on the other hand, that also means you don't get to play those games, and your game doesn't get to be made accessible because you can't get off your ass and do it yourself. So in that sense, you can't really win as a gamer who's dependent on adaptations like that, because humans flat out refuse to make them. And I think we've literally made dozens of games accessible in the last few months alone, just by a couple of people fucking around with cloud code, whereas we've got maybe 10 AAA releases accessible in the last decade. Like, that is a very confrontational number. Like, okay, I am principally not loving the idea that AI is trashing the planet, but I also can't deny that it's given me a lot more things to play and a lot more things to do. So then do I just principally boycott it because, you know, I'm just going to wait until humans are not going to do it? Tricky. It's a very tricky position. Like, I don't love being in that position, because obviously AI is generally consumerism at its worst. Like, you just get cheap frills and you don't have to pay for it. It's the Temu of the internet, basically, but it still is more than, you know, humans were ever doing. So it's, yeah, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do at that point? Just nothing you can really do anything with. Let's play with the Napoleon Dynamite TTS. It's a shame that we can't change the text it spits out. So we can hit the preview again. I think it's this one. This is Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know who that is.
This is me speaking, or maybe I just sound like it. I'm convinced this is not an AI speaking, but I may be biased.
Okay, isn't he like a movie hero or something, or what's he in again? Who's Napoleon Dynamite again? I forget. Yeah, these sliders are not marked. A cult movie. Yeah, that's what I thought. Was Weird Al at all? No, that's Captain Underpants. I'm thinking of Captain Underpants. Yeah, let's put the style exaggeration all the way to the top and see what that crazy sound that makes. Okay, full on open. Let's go. Boop.
This is me speaking, or maybe I just sound like it. I'm convinced this is not an AI speaking, but I may be biased.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember where I've seen it, but I've heard of it before, but I forget where. Yeah, and obviously, again, what I just did is not necessarily okay, because that voice was probably never permitted to be used for this purpose. You can just yank that now, and that's, again, not great for the voice actor in question, because he never gave permission for his voice to be used like that, and he's not getting any money from that. So it's oh, you did? That's awesome. So yeah, it's one of those weird ones where like technology is going so fast that people are, I think, forgetting to, as a gestalt, come up with like a proper opinion on what's happening, and we're just sort of on the crazy roller coaster train together, and we're not entirely sure how it works. So Tangia, bit of a mixed bag. Like, obviously, if you find the interactions you like and you can add them to your stream, people can use them. Like, I have a SpongeBob crashing his boat into the stream. on Enthusiasts. There's the GLaDOS one. There's the one where a baby hippo, like, was it a baby hippo chomping on the stream, like just takes a bite out of it. And that's all innocent fun. Really, only the GLaDOS one is just working with existing voice model. The rest is just little videos that may or may not be AI generated. I don't know. But I think the tricky bit is that the interface isn't great. Finding things isn't great. And I guess the grid is just a non-starter for us. So it takes a lot of the things out. Which is why I think this would best be served as like an extension that people can use to trigger certain animations they like, but that's about it. Like, you can get a couple of voices, like you can put the SpongeBob voice in here, or Peter Griffin that I see a lot in things, or GLaDOS, or whatever you want. Heck, Jin Kazama, if he has a voice, you could probably put him in there as well. But you don't have much creative freedom, I think, as a blind streamer, because it's really hard. Again, for one way, these are generally animations, so you can't really get an AI description very easily of the entire thing. You don't really know how big or how long or anything something is, and finding stuff is a bitch to do. So it's one of those things that I play with and add stuff to every so often when I'm not streaming, because it takes a while. But it's not the most accessible tool I've ever used, for sure. Bye, Tanja. What's the next one on our list? Let's do one more. Let's do Sammy. Sammy Solutions. SAMMI Solutions. They come up. Adam, Sammy, and a couple of other ones come up in the discussions a lot. I don't think we'll be doing much with this, because I think it's, again, something you would use for OBS and things a lot. But let's see what they do. They have a big download button, and they themselves say, free and powerful tool, stream automation, management, monitoring, and innovation. Okay, get started. Is it a tool? Is it like a web browser thing? What is this? Take full control of your stream. Sammy is a fully customizable streaming assistant that let your Twitch and YouTube live audience control and interact with your stream. Oh, okay, so it's like crowd control. Connect to OBS WebSockets to remotely control your OBS studio. Connect to OBS WebSockets to remotely control your OBS studio. It says it twice for some reason. Listen to Twitch events, send chat messages. So this is Firebot, basically. This is another Firebot, so it's going to go into that category, I think. Sammy is its own visual programming language. Easily create buttons for basic stream interactions or dive in and explore more complex commands. You can even make your own game. Full automate your live streams. What can you do? Can listen to events and trigger buttons, read and send chat messages, control your OBS, and more. Yeah, this is very much a Firebot competitor. Which means it's going to go in the bucket of bots that we're going to look at. The bucket of bots. That's what that stream is going to be called, I think. The bucket of bots. Yeah, and this is Adam, also an automation tool. Oh, Social Stream Ninja. Let's look at this one last thing, because this is another thing. Social Stream, what is it? Socialstream.ninja. I think these are like another overlay vendor, but I think they do a bit more than that. Let's see what they themselves say they do. My eye is covered by my headphones. Maybe I should fix that. There we go. Okay, it's a feature. Oh, this is downloadable as well. So, okay, well, whatever. Is this another bot then? Let's see. Consolidate your live social messaging streams. Okay. Connect with your audience across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Zoom, and dozens more platforms. All in one place. Okay, so this is like a Hootsuite. Yeah, you did. I'm about to leave soon. Honestly, you can catch the VOD. It's on YouTube. Why choose Social Stream Ninja? I'm not sure why I found this. Okay, multi-platform support, connects with Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Zoom, Instagram, TikTok, and more, all from one dashboard. So that's kind of, like I said, Hootsuite. Hootsuite, or one of these other ones that consolidates all these things. You had something pal. Yeah, featured chat overlay. Display selected messages on stream. So you can like put your stuff. This feels like something that's a bit more too over the top for what I do here, but for really big streamers, I can see this being super helpful. automate responses, create custom commands with scriptable plugins, blah, blah, blah. LLM support, integrate with Ollama for AI-powered moderation chat and custom instructions. Oh boy. Yeah, so I think with this, we have looked at most of the static-y overlay-ish products, like, you know, Nerd or Die, Fragile GFX, a couple of other ones that we looked at that were okay. I think that's a good stopping point. For the rest, I think a lot of these things are going to be tools, applications, bots, and those I'll put in like in its own thing. We're gonna play with OBS next. I think it's gonna be next stream we do OBS with like all the plugins and all the extra OBS things that we could cover, and then after that we might do the bots, and then we might switch to a different topic for a bit. But yeah. I think this has been me waffling on for long enough. It's a little bit of a shorter stream on IMICNL, but that's okay. Sometimes you just get these. I think I bored the majority of you people long enough anyway. Let's have a look. Is it worth doing a raid? Not really. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was super great. I'm also noticing the influx of bots coming to my stream while I'm doing these. Like, there's a Stream Elements bot hanging out in the chat. I've been seeing him the entire day. The Tangent bot's there too. So, yeah, that's a fun one. For now, this has been me.
Speech mode off.
Like, next week I'll not be here, but next time, we'll do OBS, and then after that we'll do bots. And other such automatable things. And for now, that's been it. I hope you guys had fun. I did. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which means you get full freedom to pretty much do whatever the fuck you want.